Hi all, it's Rach from Spiritual and Angelic Guidance. I'm here to do a reading for Virgo. Now this will be for October 2023. If you've seen my readings before, welcome back. If you haven't, welcome to my channel. I hope it resonates. If it does, please don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. Don't forget though, it is a general reading. It is not going to suit everyone. So take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Also, time can be fluid and energy can be vice versa. Okay. Virgo, let's go, October. Something is not meant to be. This could involve a mature man, so it doesn't have to be somebody with grey hair, but it could mean that either you're older than them or they're older than you. You could live at a distance from this person as well. Okay. This could be somebody that could have been like somebody in your family. It could have been something that taught you a lot of lessons. It made you realize your worth. You could have had known this person due to your career, but doesn't have to have been. It could have been someone that you had kids with. You might be the mature man in this relationship. I don't know. But it's like, for some of you, I don't know if you had kids from this person. This could have just been somebody that you dated, but you didn't actually have kids with. But there's a new love coming in. So that's... we will have to find out more. But something wasn't meant to be. Can you tell me more about this? You have risk in reverse and gentleness, the deer in reverse. Both number 4. 22, 2 and 2 is 4, 4 and 0 being 40, 4. So both 4s in reverse. So there's a lack of stability or a firm foundation here. I feel like somebody could have been quite... they were the opposite of being very gentle. I feel like this person wasn't gentle. I also feel like... I don't know if they didn't treat you well, but in general, they weren't a very gentle person. You didn't really want to take the risk either. I feel like, this could have... interesting, that's number 4 too. I feel like this could have been more about, sex. And for those of you that did have kids with this person, it may have been about that. This could have been like the mother of your children. But doesn't have to have been. It's hard because I'm reading for so many people. It's like something, in the end, the kind of message that I'm getting is that something isn't meant to be. Which is interesting because Taurus was... I just did Taurus, and Taurus was pretty much the same message. Something is not meant to be. I don't feel like it's worth the risk. Yeah, something from the past. It's like you haven't yet got over something that hurt you in the past. It's like you can't just leave it in the past. It can't be changed, but you can't get over it. You haven't yet let it go. I feel like there's no communication between you and this person. And if there is, it's very limited. But I feel like for a period of time, there was none. It wasn't even like you were really that happy. It wasn't like you were satisfied or there was romance or love or you were there for whatever reason. And I mean, you could have felt like you hit the jackpot. You could have thought, okay, great, you know, everything's going well, and then it wasn't. Yeah, you weren't even that happy. So whatever this is, I just feel like it's not that you didn't want to take the risk. I feel like you didn't think there was any risk. Yeah, I'm just feeling like you didn't see that this was going to be a risk. As I said, you thought everything was fine. You know, you probably got a house, you had cars, you know, you were married together, whatever, thinking everything's fine, that you're on easy street and you know, there's success, you've got that, like everything's good. Until it wasn't, is what I'm getting. But if you really looked at the reality, somebody in the situation was not happy. And I mean, maybe both of you weren't, you know, if you were honest with yourself. But I also feel like the communication was just not healthy. And that's what I'm getting from the deer, is that this wasn't like whether you got into arguments and you both, like, you know, screamed abuse at each other, or they screamed abuse at you, or you screamed abuse at them, whatever. I see it as kind of toxic. I feel like somebody could have also been tempted because you've got chocolate. So whether somebody was temptation, there was some sort of temptation. So yeah, you ended up having a change in direction. You moved on. I don't think you've got over it, but I do feel like you know, tried to move on. Yeah, there was definitely some sort of competition here. Like, I'm getting that you felt like in your household or whatever, you felt like the head of the pack. It's like, you know, you're the alpha male, you know, that kind of feeling. It doesn't even have to be you, but this person felt like the alpha, right? And whether, as I said, whether you're the mature man or whatever, I don't know. But it was like there was competition. Someone came in and there was some sort of temptation, as I said, or something. So you thought it was fine until it wasn't, but I don't feel like somebody was really that happy. There was obstacles, and yeah, there was definitely a lack of balance. I don't feel like, I feel like this was a very one-sided relationship. Interesting that you've got 3 5s. 5s are about conflict and loss and change, and I feel like that is definitely what happened. I don't know whether the universe was trying to give you some sort of guidance, but you weren't listening or paying attention, or I feel like the universe wanted to communicate with you, but I just don't think they were getting through. I don't even think you got to say how you really felt. I feel like you always had to kind of repress that. I don't feel like you actually got to say how you feel to this person. And somebody could have commented like that you were crying over spilled milk for somebody. But I mean, you would tell everybody that you never saw this coming, but at the same time, I just feel like you possibly had these intuitive messages. You just didn't listen. You didn't want to move on. You didn't want to cut ties. There was no progression. Yeah, somebody just, I don't know, they didn't really want to. It's like they feel like they had everything and then all of a sudden they didn't. And the backstabbing, like whether that's, they did that to you, I don't know, but it's like you haven't yet dealt with the heartbreak, the pain, the loss, the separation, the deception, how quickly this all happened. I don't know, how it came out of nowhere, whatever. There's something that you have not yet dealt with. You feel backstabbed. You have had to rise like the phoenix and have a new beginning. This whole experience made you grow. I feel like this could have been a soulmate situation. This person came into your life to teach you a lesson, or you had to learn something, or they had to learn something. You still look at pictures and miss this person or the family or what you thought the future was going to be, especially when it's so uncertain. But you did separate from this person and you're dating and trying to get back out there. But yeah, this, as I said, karmic relationship. There was definitely something that either you had to learn or they had to. And I feel like the feeling that I'm getting, it could be both of you, but I do feel like you needed to learn something here. Maybe it was to trust your intuition. Maybe it was you needed to pay more attention. I don't know. Maybe it was more about your ego. Yeah, somebody definitely was distracted. But you feel like this person was giving mixed signals, or they messed up, or they didn't know what they wanted, like... Yeah, as I said, there was definitely, for somebody, a family here. You could have had 1, 2, 5, whatever, kids. But there is a cycle that you still have to complete. You still have to break. So it's finding the lesson in this, because there is definitely something that the universe is trying to get you to learn. You just need to learn what that is. Maybe you didn't have boundaries. Maybe you didn't realize that this person was very non-committal. I don't know, I feel like this person could have cheated. You definitely didn't want to give them a second chance. You haven't yet really dealt with that loss and grief and depression that you got. But as I said, none of this made you happy. I feel like you weren't really happy in this situation in the first place. Yeah. Third party, your heart got broken. You haven't yet let it go. You haven't yet healed, and that's what I'm getting. You thought there was going to be this, or you thought there was this firm foundation, but something made you realize that that was very different than what you thought. This person was not your person. Okay, let's get some tarot. Now, I guess you need to really contemplate and think about the situation. Think about what it is that I guess you needed to learn. More for Virgo. What did that card turn? Lovers in reverse on the bottom. Interesting. Okay, so you've got the Five of Wands in reverse, the Eight of Cups, Queen of Cups, Knight of Cups in reverse, Ace of Cups in reverse, and the Hermit. All right, let's start. So we'll start with the Five of Wands in reverse. I don't know whether you didn't see that there was competition or conflict or a rivalry or something. I don't know. I feel like as much as you say, I'm sure you say to other people, I never saw it coming, and it came out of nowhere, and blah, 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 whatever, right? I don't know. I just feel like this could have been somebody they met at work. And I feel like they were getting out there and dating other people as well. Okay, so yeah, I don't know. I just feel like you probably knew something was going on. I don't think that anyone is really that oblivious. I feel like people always know some gut feeling or something that something's not right. That's the universe saying, something isn't right. You feel like you were backstabbed. You feel like after something happened, it was like, it's finished. And you could have been married to this person, but like, for better or worse, I don't give a shit. It's finished. It's done. I don't know whether this person actually accepted responsibility, but there was definitely a lack of victory here. Like, this was just not going to succeed. Yeah. All you saw was, well, I put in a lot of time and effort here. Like, I put all of this hard work, I put in this time and effort, and then look where it got me. And I feel like you're still holding on to that. You're still holding on to the pain that this person broke up the family, or took a temptation. So you ended up walking away. Seven of Wands, yeah. There was definitely a challenge, and I feel like it was a struggle. I feel like you were having to try and like fight off other people trying to break up your family. That's kind of the feeling. But I mean, the reality is that this person was probably very cold-hearted or cruel or bitter or something. But yeah, either they walked away or you walked away, somebody walked away. And I mean, this is from a situation, as I said, where you felt like you'd got your 10 of cups. You thought everything was fine. But in reality, you could have been the provider as well. You know, you saw this person as your person. You thought you were going to be married forever, that kind of situation. But it just was not meant to be. It was not destined for you to be with this person. Yeah. I don't know if this person cheated with an older man, like a more mature man, more mature in age, older, I don't know, maybe a grey hair, I don't know, for somebody. But anyway, okay. Then we have the Queen of Cups. Now, I feel like as a person, you are quite like sensitive and emotional and empathetic, gentle, caring, you know, it could be a mom, whatever. But I do feel like you're intuitive as well. You realize that you had to really take a breather and release something. Like, you had a different perspective. You realized this needed to end because this person was clearly not happy. Were you really happy? I mean, if, you know, I'm sure you tell everyone that, as I said, that everything was 10 of cups. Everything was fantastic. But I don't know. Sometimes we don't want to see what we don't want to see. All right. Then we have the Knight of Cups in reverse. This is exactly what I'm saying. This is somebody who's a liar. They have a short attention span. They come in and you think Prince Charming, and then all of a sudden you find out, no, they're actually, you know, hooking up with other girls, boys, freaking whatever, right? It's one of those. I want to say it's one of those, you call them fuckboys. It's one of those, like, it's one of those people that is not really committed, is not, yeah, you get what I'm saying. But you still, I feel like you still didn't want to walk away. You do have this lingering resentment though. And I mean, you may wanted to have forgiven them, but I just feel like you were stabbed in the back. Like, you feel like you were backstabbed. Yeah. Then we have the Ace of Cups in reverse. So, yeah, you are definitely, you took a minute. Like, I just feel like you weren't out looking for love. You were really quite hesitant. Yeah, and this situation definitely ended because of their disloyalty and rejection and betrayal and third party, right? There was definitely somebody else. So yeah, this relationship was over. You didn't want to have a new beginning, but I feel like it was kind of, Ace of Cups is clarifying the Ace of Cups. Like, same card, if I can pick it up. So Ace of Cups and Ace of Cups. I mean, definitely hesitant, break up, like emotional void or emotional loss, sorry, feeling that void of like having that person and the family, and feeling very empty. Yeah. Also not wanting to deal with the emotion. I don't know whether you turn to some sort of way to kind of numb your feelings. Whether you turn to drugs, alcohol, something like that, to kind of numb those feelings. Maybe even work. Maybe that's what I was thinking. Maybe you tried to just focus on work because it made it easier than thinking. But you really just didn't want to be by yourself, like the Hermit in reverse. Yeah, I feel like you felt very lonely. And for some of you, you were working on your work. You were just focusing on that. But you have the Sun card. Like, this is the most positive card in the deck. This is like everything's going to be okay. The darkness is over, and, you know, you are going to have a life of happiness and joy and contentment and material happiness and, you know, all those things, right? I also feel like focus more on what you've got in your life that you're grateful for. But yeah, you're definitely having a new beginning, taking that leap of faith, that, you know, knowing that everything's going to be fine. You're becoming more independent. Yeah, you might have felt very overwhelmed and not organized because you feel like this came out of nowhere. But yeah, on the bottom, this person just was not for you. You had very different values and expectations, but you didn't want it to end. As I said, there was definitely third party. Yeah. But you could have been married to this person. So I just feel like this broke up a whole marriage, a whole family, whatever. This wasn't pleasant, but yeah, I mean, the whole point of this read, I guess, is to say that everything's going to be fine. But yeah, this just was not meant to be. And there's a lesson for you to learn here. Anyway, that is what I have. Please don't forget to share, like, and subscribe, and I'll catch you next time. Okay, bye.